their position or their authority. They were commended by God for their faith. And 8 times the phrase is by faith. Then the person and what they were about. And then we were made aware that there were many, many others, of course, that he didn't have time to write about. And then the last D, the first D being definition and description of what faith is. The second one, demonstration by those people who had faith. They demonstrated that faith. The last one is determination, because all the servants of God had to suffer affliction and persecution and all those kind of things, but they never gave up. They were determined to trust in God and serve him despite of the challenges and the things that they suffered in life. So with that in mind, 2 or 3 things as practical application, how you can use this lesson is to remember, number one, faith is the only legitimate connection that we have with God. For by grace you are saved through faith. It is the gift of God. You cannot experience the reality of a true relationship with God outside of faith. And then secondly, the only way to please God is for us to operate in faith. Everything that we do, how we live, all of that is to be by faith for the glory of God. Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works that bring glory to your Father which is in heaven. That can only be achieved by faith. And then thirdly, let us remember that faith is a gift from God that comes to the believer through the Word and through the person of the Holy Spirit. That means for us to deepen our faith and to have a sense of more faith is dependent upon us exposing ourselves to the Bible, to the Scriptures as often as possible, and surrendering to the will of the God as the Holy Spirit whispers to us, having our spiritual antennas up so we can sense the reality of the guidance of the Holy Spirit. And as a result of that, plus testing, your faith has to be tested so you will know how much you have. God knows. He doesn't have to go send us through tests for him to know the degree of our faith. But for you to know, you have to go through something, come out the other side, and to realize that I remember a time I wouldn't have had enough faith to do that, but now that you do. And then finally, here's what I want to say. It's not a matter of how much faith you have, but instead it is a matter of how much of you faith has. A play on words. How much of you does faith have? Does it have enough of you for you to live and to serve and to work in the Lord's vineyard faithfully so that he can be glorified? It has to be done by faith. With that in mind, there's the routine of opening the doors of the church, and I can see obviously everyone here is a member of the church, but there may be a reason someone wants to come forth other than membership. You may want to